Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery, Smart Money Alliance, and IIMFL. It is Wednesday morning, last day of September 30th, 2020, and 7:59 a.m. Central. We get together most weekdays, Monday through Fridays, at this time to talk strategies, techniques, answer questions. Keep in mind that while we do this as a group, we also are offering to schedule weekly what we call mentoring sessions. So that way we can have a weekly one-on-one, answer your questions, help overcome any objections that you're facing, make sure that we've got goals set and that you're meeting those income goals. Because while our mission certainly is about helping small businesses, we need to also make sure that we're meeting your economic needs. So if you're not scheduled and taking advantage of the one-on-one sessions, we certainly encourage you to do so. They're free, and obviously they're going to be productive because we're going to, again, answer questions, overcome objections that you may be facing, set goals, and help you earn the income that you're looking to earn. With that being said, when we think about sales, we need to recognize that there's an equation. And if our goal is to earn a certain amount of money in the month of October, for example, next month as of this recording, then the sales or the deposits, the earnings is the outcome. What we need to have are conversions. And to have conversions, we need to have leads. So we're going to talk about 4 of the top strategies of generating leads and what to do with them today. So this isn't necessarily new information, it's just a deeper dive. So worry not, nothing has changed. We're just going to dig a little bit deeper. So we found that there are really 4 best methods of lead generation in today's economic environment for our program. Now, it is true that these top methods of lead generation have changed from a few months ago. For instance, we would have had on this list a few months ago to join a networking group. Networking groups like BNI, Business Networking International, have been profoundly successful for us in the past. But most of those networking groups are not meeting in person now, so that's a bit diluted. So that did fall off of the top list. So let's instead go through what the current 4 best methods of lead generation are. Number 1 would be affinity relationships. And you've heard us talk about affinity relationships multiple times. This is where we jokingly say that we're going to hook our hose to a running faucet. So we go to churches, chambers, co-working spaces. We've been talking about cosmetology schools, business organizations, business associations. And what we do is we collaborate with them. So we're able to reach out through them to their sphere of influence, offer a revenue share with them, but they bring the leads to the table. And so that has proven to be very effective. And so we have an affinity proposal that's there on our website, on the career page of our website. No, I'm sorry, it's on the small business certification page of the IIMFL.org website. And you can learn more about how we do the affinity relationships there. Many of you have been latching onto this, and we're adding on average probably 2 new affinity relationships per day. So some of you are really understanding this and adopting this, others not. But it's really simple because it doesn't put you in the burden of explaining everything to those key influencers. You get the proposal to them, and then we schedule a 3-way call. But we'll talk more about implementation in a minute. But certainly affinity relationships are golden. As recent as yesterday, we talked about reaching out to existing businesses, and a subset of existing businesses would be newly formed businesses. There's a database that we can access, you can access, and it lists pretty much every business in the United States. But as it relates to number 2 here, it'll tell us who the newly formed businesses are. And we can target those that are in your state, your county, your city, by zip. We can filter by industry. Great information. And we just talked about that on yesterday's training, so I don't want to be redundant. But that is one of the top 4 best methods of lead generation is reaching out to those businesses that have just started and letting them know that we have a grant subsidized program to assist them in accessing capital. So that's very good. Now, depending upon where you live and what's going on with social distancing and gatherings and so forth, teaching, leading through education has always been our bread and butter. And so there's some of you doing this, not as many as probably would be if we didn't have the current constraints, but teaching live, in person, face to face, the small business certification, those 4 lessons. Normally what you do is make the first lesson free so anyone can come in, get an exposure, a free sample, as we say, and then they can decide to enroll afterwards. Those live classes are also great for bringing in key influencers and even prospective affinity partners to let them see the value of the material. It's also great for attracting CPAs and business bankers. So not all of you want to teach, and I respect that. And we're certainly not here to say you need to do all 4 of these things. We're just simply bringing to your attention, so there's top of mind awareness of the 4 best methods of lead generation. Some of you have come to us and asked, well, what are some of the big hitters doing? What are some of the success stories? And this is an example. The 4th is something that you're going to have to hear me through, because once you understand it, I think you'll say, oh, well, that makes sense. It'll snap. But until then, it may seem foreign. So hear me out. Building a team is absolutely one of the best ways to generate leads. Well, why is that? Well, some people know people that you don't know, and some people are really well connected. So through our affiliate engine, of course, there's no cost to be an affiliate, no cost for you to add a sub-affiliate or for them to become your sub-affiliate. So the bottom line is actively and I'd say even aggressively building your team of affiliates is one of the smartest things you can do. Because while not everyone will be well connected, not everyone will produce, some will. And I can give an example. Like yesterday, we have one of our affiliates that hasn't done a whole lot, but he set up a 3-way call, and yesterday we set up an affinity relationship after that call with an owner of a tax preparation company. What a gold mine, right? And this guy's also a CPA. So he's CPA, owns tax prep company, and he happens to also be an insurance agent. So it's a gold mine, right? He's got a plethora of leads, many of the small business leads, many of them need capital. He didn't have this resource. And so now he's able to be plugged into the hierarchy for selling the key person policies. He's a sub-affiliate, so everyone's getting paid. So the point about building a team, especially if you recruit business-to-business professionals. When you come to our in-person training, we do a little diagram on the whiteboard talking about creating your own ecosystem. So I'll just describe it, and then if you come to training, we'll dig deeper. But if you were to imagine on the whiteboard, we draw a little circle, and you're in that circle. Now, reaching out from that circle are tentacles, lines, reaching out to all the other business-to-business professionals in your community. There are business bankers, there are website developers, there are HR consultants, there's payroll service reps, there's merchant card reps. You get the point. So there's all these different businesses that work with small businesses as well. So they're involved with business to business interaction. What a great way to put another arrow in their quiver. They become a sub-affiliate of yours. They become a lead generator for you. They get paid and you get paid. So this is not an exhaustive list of all the ways of generating leads. Certainly you could talk about online and Facebook and many other options, but these are the 4 that we find that just about anybody can do. You know, many of you have specialized skills. Monique's on the line here, and she just brought in a new client this morning. Thank you, Monique, for that. Some of you have unique skills, and we're not here to try to build unique skills across the team, but instead, these are pretty much the bread and butter that will work for anyone. Now we get down to, well, what happens once we have the leads? What do we do? Well, there's two models. There's the education method, and then there's the handoff or hands-off method. The education method means you're going to teach them, and that's probably best. And so you could teach them through those live classes we talked about here, or just plug them into the online resources that's on our website and help them become more familiar with the problem that we're solving and who we are and what we do. And then we close them. The other approach is if you don't really want to be involved with educating, you're just a lead generator, really yourself. You hand off those leads, and that's typically what our affiliates do. And so we can provide you a landing page that looks just like, I don't have it listed here, but we can provide you a landing page. And if you don't have a landing page, then you simply can put them on the inquiry form on our website. We talked about landing pages, I think, yesterday. Now, with affinity prospects, we treat them a little bit different. You know, if this is the pastor of a church, the executive director of a chamber, the owner of the tax service, for example, from yesterday. So in those cases, we'll normally schedule a one-on-one with them, and we have a unique Calendly link that we use for one-on-ones with affinity prospects, and this is the link. So then you would share with them the affinity proposal, which is on the website, and then schedule a three-way call. Technically, you schedule a Calendly and just let us know that we want to include both you and them on it. So it's very easy, and you can make this decision on a lead-by-lead basis. Do you want to be involved and educate them to help them convert to become a paying client of the Small Business Certification Program? Or do you just want to hand them off, or a hands-off method whereby you're just feeding them in? And that would be your choice. You don't have to lock into one model or the other. You could do that on a client-by-client basis. Now, again, we're all about being a nonprofit and helping minority-owned small businesses improve financial literacy, improve credit, and increase access to capital. But we know that your time is valuable. We are not asking you to be a volunteer. So let's go ahead and review the income model. If you are simply an affiliate, then all you do is it's more of the hands-off method. You generate the lead, you feed them in, you have no other responsibility. You don't have to work with the client, you don't have to service the client. You just find the lead, submit the lead, we convert them, we implement them. In that case, it's a gold mine for affiliates, right? And that's why you're going to find such a warm response with other business-to-business professionals that don't want to go learn something all new. Now, those of you that want to get more involved, normally you become a financial literacy educator. You come to the training, and then you're working with the implementation side. But back to the simple affiliate model, paid $100 up front, which isn't bad. Secondly, you'll be able, if you're onboarded, write the key person policy. The amount of that key person policy commission will vary based upon the needs and suitability of the client, but it's a good paycheck. And then you'll earn 1% of the capital raise, which averages around $1,000. So as an affiliate, if you're pulling in income from all three of these bullets, you're making just say on average $2,000 per conversion for just submitting someone in. And of course, if you're wanting to write the policy or not. If you don't want to write the policy, you're still pulling in just over $1,000 by just submitting the lead, nothing else. It's important to understand that we're not network marketing. We are not MLM, but we have override commissions in our affiliate model. And that's what's so powerful. We've got a number of you on the call today, but let's say that you're Peter, and Peter's on the call. And so Peter knows Robert. So Peter may not be all that well connected. This is just a role play. I'm not saying Peter's not, but Robert is. And so Peter brings Robert in, and then Robert is out making things happen. So now Robert is earning these three bullets, but Peter's not left out at all. Peter's making almost the same as Robert, even though Robert has done the work and brought the client. Peter's making 50 up front in contrast to the 100, getting an override on the key person policy, assuming that they're both plugged into to the insurance model, but still making the same capital raise. So, I mean, it's a gold mine for Peter, right? Peter wants to go out and find all the Roberts he can because he's actually doing less work and getting paid almost the same. And of course, we actually go 3 levels deep. Now, there's a note here. If you're a branch manager or joint venture partner, of course you make more. We're doing a 50-50 split off the front end, 50-50 split off the capital raise, and then you're getting 100% of the key person policy. But I was just addressing this more from the affiliate role, so don't feel like anyone's getting left behind there. And then the last thing I wanted to cover before we get into your questions, and feel free to go ahead and start adding your questions, comments, or concerns into the Q&A box, is that we're doing a lot more to properly train and support you, our distribution partners. So, here's where I made reference. So we can get your free landing page. The free landing page is free. You just need to have one conversion first, and then we will incur the cost and effort to produce that for you. For your individual prospects that come through your landing page, we have set up a drip marketing campaign. So that obviously increases conversion ratios, and then our in-house staff will reach out to them so you don't have to. So again, that's making reference to the hands-off method. Feed the lead in on the landing page, we take it from there. For your affinity prospects, again, like the churches, the cosmetology schools, the chambers, and so forth, we'll have a 3-way call with them, just as we talked about back here. And obviously there's no cost, it's just part of the support. And that really helps you. You should see that as a lot of help for you, because it's removing the burden. You don't have to explain the proposition to them. All you do is give them the proposal, the affinity proposal, and schedule the call. We'll do all the talking. We'll answer all the questions. We'll overcome all the objections. You can be as involved as you want to be. You obviously get paid, but you don't have to carry the burden of being an expert. We have daily webinars at 10 o'clock Central, and those are oriented towards prospective participants. So we talked about different ways to drive prospects into conversions by using education. Well, number 4 is an exact example of that. We're willing to do that overview education for you, and we do that most Mondays through Fridays at 10 o'clock Central. Here's the link for that. As you know, or should know, we have weekly in-person trainings on most Fridays here at our office, and that's a great way for you to understand the implementation side. In my opinion, if all you're looking to do is just refer the client in the hands-off method, I don't know that you need to come to the training. If you want to do the education, you really need to come to the training, because you need to have competence and confidence in what you're doing. So that is available. The one-on-one mentoring I made reference to earlier, every one of you, we so strongly encourage, let's say, if you're going to be involved, and I appreciate you getting on these morning webinars, but your time is valuable. Let's make sure that we're executing. Let's make sure that you're getting paid and earning the income that you deserve. And so probably key to that, which we didn't do in the past, was having those one-on-one mentoring. For those of you that are licensed agents, we had been outsourcing that in the past, and we've stopped that now because we realized there was a little bit of a disconnection. They're focused more on consumer-based financial literacy, and we're very much focused on business-based, as you know. If you're not licensed yet, but you want to get licensed and write the key person policies, we have a reimbursement program that'll cover your cost for that. And then, of course, here we are most Mondays through Fridays at 8 o'clock Central with these webinars. So with that, I'd love to get feedback from any and all of you. What are we missing? What else could we do to properly train and support you? Now, granted, if you're an affiliate, you pay nothing, but you're still getting most of these benefits. If you are in more of an advanced role as a branch manager or joint venture partner, then of course, you have some skin in the game. But regardless, what are we missing? What else can we do to help you implement, to help small businesses and earn the income that you want to make than what we've laid out here? So if you'd go ahead and respond on the Zoom Q&A, that will help us. And I do realize that our model has evolved because we've gone out there and we've seen what works and what sticks and what doesn't. We're trying to juggle the needs of multiple stakeholders. You, our distribution partners, the clients, and then key influencers, referral sources, affinity partners. I believe that we're truly at that point now. We're able to meet all stakeholders' needs. We've really upped our client service experience now, where they're assigned a financial literacy educator who's scheduling weekly calls with them, walking them step by step through. So I believe that our house is finally in order, so you can feel confident and incompetent in taking our program out to the small marketplace, which definitely has a need for this. What is it that we can do? Anna Marie, Annette, Kwong, Dion, Joseph, LG, Monique, Peter, Robert, Will, others. What else can we be doing to be able to help you help small businesses? And we want you to earn at least a comma each month, preferably at least $10,000 a month for each of you in earnings is what you deserve. And so we know if we can help you earn at least 6 digits on an annualized basis, you're much more likely to stick with us. We don't want a rotating door of distribution partners. So do you all feel like that you have a plan to make $10,000 or more in October, which starts tomorrow? If not, we need to start addressing that either right now on this Zoom or get a one-on-one schedule. So there it is. If you don't feel like we're on track for you to earn at least $10,000 as a distribution partner in October, we need to address it right now, or we need to schedule a one-on-one, because we're not going to waste your time. There's too much need. There's too much opportunity. There's 3.2 million new small businesses like we covered yesterday. So just off of this, there's an immense amount of opportunity. All right, so let's get to your list here. So yes, using Facebook and social media is effective. How you want to do that can vary. For example, if you have a landing page, you may just promote your landing page. It would look similar to this. It would not be this. Don't use this. This is our generic landing page. You'll get one with a unique URL. But for instance, Kwong, you could take your landing page and drive that out. You could drive people to the daily webinars. If you're actually teaching, you could use social media to drive them to your classes. So I absolutely agree, Kwong, but I don't have expertise in social media marketing. So I apologize. I can't offer more tangible processes for that, but certainly we have the programming in place that if you have that acumen, I think you'll get a very good response. Peter's asking about the key person policies. So the key person policies are written by our financial literacy educators. I think we have around 112, I'd have to check, but a few more than 100 individuals that have come through our background check and are set up to write. So no, they're not handled in-house with us, although I can write them. Whomever is the mentor of the client is going to be doing the weekly support and writing the key person policy, Peter. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry for the confusion on that. Dion says, just wants to be an affiliate, which is fine, affiliates, though, really are driving prospects in one of two ways. And let's get down here. So you either drive them on your landing page, or you drive them in, which will look like this. So you either drive in on your landing page. Here we go, is what I was looking for as an affiliate. Or if you don't have a landing page yet, you can put them in the inquiry form. That's the bottom of our main website. So that's what affiliates are focused on doing. Dion's asking, can he go promote the Capital Ready program? You can, but you're going to be submitting them the same place. Because remember, the Capital Ready program, just like Monique enrolled a client this morning already in the Capital Ready program, The Capital Ready program starts with the loan packaging. It starts with the 4-week process of building financial literacy, because many of these small businesses don't know what you know and I know, and therefore they're at a real disadvantage. So we're going to start with the financial literacy, the 4 lessons, and building their loan package. And then the difference, Dion, is with the Capital Ready, at that point, we're going to move with them, forward with them. We guarantee them funding. So it's what happens after those 4 weeks that are different. All right, Dion, thank you for that. So Peter says, let's say an affiliate that refers a lead. I've got to read this slower. So Peter asks, so let's say as an affiliate that refers a lead, who is writing the key person policy? Okay, great. Now I understand it. So the model that we have is whomever is the mentor will write the key person policy. So for example, Annette's on the call here, and I think last week we gave her 5 clients that she is mentoring and writing those 5 policies on. Peter, if you want to mentor, then you can mentor and write those policies as well. If you don't want to, then we have like 112 agents, as I mentioned earlier, what we call educators, financial literacy educators. Any of them could do it. So what we've learned is clients like consistent relationships. So instead of them having one person writing their policy and someone else doing the mentoring with them, clients have told us they like to work with one person and they only have to juggle one relationship. So whomever is going to mentor the client through the 4-week process also then writes the key person policy. And there's about 112 or whatever that number is of us that's eligible to do that, and we're always looking for more. Okay, and so I think so Dion says, I just signed up as a new affiliate. I want to purchase the leads. Well, we don't sell leads. We don't sell leads, and that's the good thing. We're not selling you leads, Dion. We're not asking you to pay for leads. Instead, I just went through the 4 best methods of lead generation. Now, I guess I'll put a little asterisk by that. We don't sell any leads. If you want to use the database, which we went over yesterday, Data Axle, you can get a free batch of leads. See, it says you can get free for 3 days, 150 leads. But afterwards, if you want to continue to use their data source, which we have no economic involvement with, you're going to have to pay them, or what a lot of you have done is just gone through your library and get access. It used to be called Sales Genie or Reference USA. But keep in mind, we're not selling leads to anyone. I can show you where they come from, and that is where I just did the screenshot of there. And so Kwong, so yes, we do have some other webinars, like we had 2 last night, and the one at 8 o'clock was really good about lead development. So if you're one of our financial literacy educators, there's additional training that's available. It's put on by the Wealth Wave team. And I was on it last night. I don't know. I didn't see you on it, Kwong, but there are other groupings of team members that share success stories and strategies and teach each other. So yes, and so that's through typically the evening Zooms that we do. There's 2 available on Tuesday evenings, 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Saturday morning, and that's through the Wealth Wave side. Okay, so let's review what we've covered, and if there's no other questions, then we'll conclude. If your goal is to generate income, you need sales. And to make sales, you need conversions. And you can't have a conversion without a lead. So what we talked about today are 4 different proven methods of generating leads. I'm not going to be redundant and go through them, but they're listed here, and it's what we discussed earlier. Then we talked about once you have a lead, there are 2 options of what you can do with them. You can educate them and then move them along and get them engaged, or you can do the hands-off, which is the handoff method. That's kind of an interesting spin on those words. But the bottom line is you just feed them in, and then we'll take it from there. Either of these is fine. As an affiliate, you're typically doing the second of the two. If you are one of our financial literacy educators, a joint venture partner, a branch manager, you're typically doing the first of the two. Affinity prospects are treated differently and more hand-holding. We've talked about how the income flows for affiliates and how you earn overrides. And we recognize that branch managers and joint venture partners earn a lot more. And then we went through the 8 primary ways of training and support that we have available, including these daily calls. So with that, I hope that we're helping you get positioned to have a great October. If you don't feel like that you're fully on track, then let's get together and start having these weekly one-on-one mentoring coaching calls. We'll answer your questions one-on-one, overcome objections, and then help you be successful. If you're that type of person that just really needs to know how everything works in more detail, then come to our training. We do our trainings most Fridays here in our office. So if you want a deeper dive into how all of this works, that is fully available. We're very transparent. Come meet us, come see the office. We'll buy you lunch, and that would be number 5 on the list. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Have a great day.